up, everybody? Welcome to Neighborly Discourse. I am Billy. Headphones are awful loud today. What's up? How you guys doing? How was your weekend? Yeah, weekend. I'm not going to let you peek behind the curtain today, but these are recorded on different days than the release and such. You know this. So, good morning. Monday morning. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We are going to get right to it. For dramatic effect, spinning the wheel. First topic is politics. Next topic is social media. Third topic is life. So, this is how this is going to go. Because I'm by myself and I don't do the political stuff, I rely on Steve, I rely on the old man. These are, for like I said, dramatic effect, the I spun the wheel a little bit ago so I can go do a little bit of research so I'm not in here gas bagging for 30 or 40 minutes. I want to have some information for you. So, and again, you know, if I had the chance, I would bypass politics. But I spun the wheel, true to form. I follow what the wheel says. So I did do a little bit of research on politics, so here we go. We're probably not going to get the full 15 minutes, but, I'm going to shoot for 10. So some of my notes here that I have, yes, we're going to talk about the Chinese balloon in a moment, but I took some notes about this Ukraine stuff because it's been, it's getting a little bit crazy. So I watched Joe Rogan with Crystal and Sager, I believe the name is, got some information from them, went on the computer here, found a little information. So I'm going to read stuff to you about this Ukraine thing that you might know. I'm recently finding out, but it is huge cause for us concern because at the end of this, what we're going to be talking about is World War III. Do you remember when Trump was in and was making deals with Russia, making deals with North Korea? When he was talking to all these people, everyone was like, he's going to blow up the world. And we had, 3+ years of complete peace. And now Biden took over. Russia and Ukraine is a shit show. We have spy balloons coming around. China all but is probably going to take back Taiwan like Russia's trying to do with Ukraine. So these liberals who point fingers and their people who listen to them don't realize that Biden is on the verge of starting World War III, and Trump never was, and no one seems to care. And that was the point of this little debate I saw on the Joe Rogan show with Crystal and Sager. I hope I'm saying the name right. I'm going to read you some facts that I got from the interview here. The U.S. has given double to Ukraine than the entire world. We've given aid to Ukraine. In 1 year, we've given more aid to the Ukraine than 20 years we gave to Afghanistan. The total amount to Ukraine now exceeds all U.S. military aid given to South Vietnam between 1956 and 1975. We have given over $100 billion to Ukraine, more than any country, more than the rest of the world has, double, more than the rest of the world we've given Ukraine. More than 20 years of aid to Afghanistan, and more than 1956 to 75 we've given to South Korea. We've given Ukraine $100 billion. You want to know why eggs cost $9 a carton? I mean, that's insane. So they noted here the concern is a lack of debate, the lack of willingness to say, hey, when you get into this, we saw the offensive. Okay, hold on. I took notes. I kind of jumble. So the point they brought up was, why is this not talked about? Why are we not bringing up, hey, why are we giving all this money to Ukraine? Why are we sending them all these weapons? Why are we not saying, yo, what is going on here? You're given, so the part there, so the lack of debate. We found out recently that Zelensky fired a bunch of his people for taking all the aid and going on lavish vacations. And that wasn't really talked about. We all talk about Ukraine corruption. Like, it's talked about constantly if you're not watching CNN and NBC. Anybody with half a brain would think you're giving these people $100 billion and they're still at war, they're still fighting. Where's all this money really going? My opinion anyway. So he finds out this is going on and then publicly fires all these people. So the only time now about corruption is look at the strong stance Zelensky takes on corruption. I mean, do you think that he was the only guy who didn't know what was going on? He's not partaking? Allegedly? What are your thoughts on that? How do you know that your cabinet, your people, are taking lavish vacations and then someone slips up, gets a picture taken or something, and now you have to answer for it? And now is the only time the media questions it by saying, look how tough he is on corruption. I mean, come on, bro. So look at this. We were told that Biden's administration was only going to give offensive weapons. That was it. Just so that to defend themselves. As of right now, though, he said, no tanks, we're sending tanks. No Patriot missiles, we sent Patriot missiles. According to Sager, I believe, the timeline, the longer it goes on, all of the things that Ukraine was not supposed to get, they have gotten. And the tanks were something 5 or 6 days after Biden said no, they sent tanks over there. So they recently asked for F-16s. And we said no F-16s. So let's see if a week or so, a month or so, they get F-16s over there. This is a proxy war. For those who do not know, we are fighting Russia through Ukraine. So your mental debate is, are we happy that we're not sending American troops over to die for some useless war? 100% yes. Are we upset that anybody is dying in a useless war? Yeah, you should be. I'm happy it's not American soldiers, but I'm not okay with it being Ukrainian people either. The Biden administration, the liberals, Trump didn't do anything when he was in. Obama, I believe, started this, or maybe before that. But they want to get Russia to have a Western mentality. So they need to get rid of Putin. There was a clip Steve and I played months ago. It was oddly enough, it was on the Colbert Report, I believe when he was on Comedy Central. He was interviewing, I can't remember the guy's name, but he basically said, Russia is telling you, leave us alone. We don't want no parts of your Western society. If you come over and mess with us, we're going to retaliate. If you give Ukraine stuff, try to get them in NATO, if you mess with Ukraine, we're going to come at you. So for years, the media's been painting Putin as this crazy man. Don't get me wrong. I'm not justifying war crimes or anything he's allegedly done. I don't know that information. I'm not going to comment on that information. What I'm going to comment is, however, he's told Obama and possibly Bush before him and got along with Trump, and he told Biden, yo, stop your crap. Don't come over here and try to corrupt Ukraine with your Western bullshit, or I'm going to have to retaliate. He said exactly what he was going to do, and we didn't listen to him. And now look what happened. So now we're sending all this stuff to Ukraine so they can fight for America, so to speak, to get Putin out of there. It's disgusting. It's a proxy war, and that's what's going on. And again, to the last part of this notes here, we're fighting a war with a nuclear power, okay? Russia's not some third world country playing in the dirt and the sand. They've got nuclear weapons. Putin has said as much. Hey, I'll bomb this if we have to. That's not okay. What's it called, a proximity nuke, I believe, where it only detonates around there. I mean, if you're so worried about this guy being a tyrant, being crazy, as the media likes to put it, then why are you pushing him? Why are you sending the people he's fighting with all of this stuff to continue fighting? Why is nobody trying to figure out how to stop it? I know Putin has said, listen, join our religion, something along those lines. We'll start talking there, because the state runs the religion in almost every part of the world. America has free religions. When you guys talk about separation of church and state, that doesn't mean keep religion out of schools. It doesn't mean anything like that. It's one of the most misquoted sayings I've ever heard. And Steve pointed out to me, it is not keeping schools and religion apart. It means the United States of America cannot tell you, hey, you're going to be a Christian. Hey, you're going to be Jewish. Hey, you're going to be whatever. You're allowed to pick and choose what you want. That's what separation of church and state is. United Kingdom, they don't have it. England, Russia, they don't have it either. The state runs the religion, almost like a cult. You believe what they want you to believe. So that was part of the negotiations a while back. I'm not sure how that's progressed. Something else here. Hundreds of thousands of Russian and Ukrainian people are dead. Millions are displaced. We have no idea what the end game is. Oh, yeah, this was the tanks and the stuff. These are all the things that we said we are not going to do. We're not going to give. Yet, weeks go by, days go by, to, I think it's Sager's point, the longer the timeline of the war goes, Ukraine gets what they want. Yeah, Sager. It's a pretty good interview. I watched some clips of it. There's a lot of Joe Rogan stuff that I watch. Joe Rogan stuff is kind of like memes for me. I'll see a clip. It piques my interest. I'll go search online if the statement or what they're quoting is true. Like, memes are the best. They say, the Democratic Party started the KKK. Well, that's just somebody talking shit. You go look it up. No, it's not. The Democrats started the KKK. The Democrats were the one who wanted to keep black people out of voting, not the Republicans, the Democrats. So you read a meme or Joe Rogan clip or anybody's podcast clip or video clip. Someone's giving an opinion, yeah. Some things you can look up, some things you can't, which I'm going to bring up in a minute. But this is what I looked up. This is what this guy was quoting. I mean, they're showing facts on the video, like he's got his research. So this stuff is out there. We're tempting a nuclear power into World War III through a proxy war because we want Ukraine to have a Western mentality. We want Russia to have a Western mentality, but we cannot get that as long as Putin is there. And who doesn't have a Western mentality? China. So who's going to eventually link up with Russia if shit keeps going sideways? China. Who, to quote Proxima Midnight in Infinity War, they've got blood to spare. So what do you think is going to happen if we keep really pushing a madman? Everybody got on Trump's ass. Oh, he's friends with Putin. There was no war. There was no fighting. There was no corruption. None of that stuff. We didn't send $100 billion to Ukraine. So keep an eye on that. I'm not for war. I'm not against Ukraine or all this crap. But that's not our concern over there. Last thing here with this Chinese balloon. So I watched some video clips from CNN, from Fox, from local news up there. Sky News, I believe, in Russia, not Russia, in Australia. Some of the notes I took, China testing Biden according to some politicians. So I saw Tim Cook come out and said, hey, man, they have no respect for Biden. They pushed the boundaries. This thing went across our entire country, okay? It entered American airspace over Alaska. So anybody who knows how this works, there's satellites everywhere. We're constantly looking at the sky. We know when people enter our airspace, it's not accidental. We know it, okay? It's reported to a certain extent. But we know when they hit American soil, American airspace. It hit over Alaska. People were outside with the naked eye in Montana. Hey, what is that? It got all the way across the rest of the country and was shot over the ocean. Okay, first of all, think about this. I saw a video, fighter jets up there. I believe it was a missile. I don't think it was gun. I couldn't really see, but all you see this beam of smoke go by and hit this balloon. Now, there's got to be other ways to take down a floating balloon other than a fighter jet missile. Because now the Biden administration, the Navy, everybody scurrying in the Atlantic to find the fragmented pieces. Why the hell did you blow it up with a missile? It's a balloon. Why couldn't you just pop it? Being, tongue-in-cheek. But you got to shoot a missile at it, and now you got to find what the contents were? That seems a little bit fishy to me. If you wanted to know what they were doing, why would you annihilate the balloon and hope you find fragments? 4 months ago, in Hawaii, off the waters of Hawaii, another balloon failed to reach over here and fell into the water. It was not reported. China says it was a civilian airship that went off course and that America overreacted and they're pissed that we blew it out of the sky. So I don't know what a civilian airship is. Like, was there people in there? Was it a drone? They said something about it was tracking weather or something along those lines and veered off course. I don't know if I believe that or not. Also reported, which is here, and I'll get to it, why I think it's BS, that 3 balloons entered America under Trump. Well, like this said, you could see it with the naked eye. People saw it, which forced the media, which forced the government to respond. People like you and I looked up and said, yo, what is that? So one thing we know about Trump, the media has a hard-on for him. If anything happened under Trump's 4 years, they would have reported it. We would still be hearing about it. So the fact that nobody's seen it, nobody reported it, there's no evidence of it at all, the media is still saying, well, you know, it happened on the Trump's watch. Where's the proof? None? Okay, good. Shut up. You're liars. That's what happened. All right? We would know because Trump had no problem calling out China on anything and everything. So my guess would be if there was one, we would know about it. Probably from Trump. He would say, yo, check this out. I see a balloon up there, Russian, Chinese spy drone. I shot it down. He would report it. He loves the attention. So don't tell me, oh, it happened 3 times under Trump. We would know about it. The media would make sure we never forgot about it. Now, all of a sudden, this comes out after he was shot down, after people are criticizing Biden for taking too long. Oh, yeah, well, there was 3 when Trump was here. Shut the hell up. That's such crap, bro. Have a backbone. Just say, listen, yeah, man, this has happened. We're going to respond to it. That's it. You would get no questions if it didn't say stupid statements. That's politics, everybody. The next spin was social media. So I'm going to play this girl I see on the socials from time to time. Her name is Pearl. I do not know her last name. I do see the reels when she pops up. Pretty interesting stuff. So I'm going to play 2 clips here. Here's the first one. We'll talk about it.
Guy doesn't want to explain like every decision he makes. Men think things through a lot like more than we realize, and so he's already thought about it. He's already made his decision. It's a headache to him when every time he makes a decision, he has to explain it to you. The guy doesn't want to explain like.
So that's one. Now this is an argument, conversation, topic of debate that I have in my household almost daily. I believe the phrase Amy uses, it's like pulling teeth. What that young lady said there, I feel like an old man, that young lady, what Pearl said there, I got to find out her last name, is that men do not like to explain things. We do not want to come at it and say, hey, listen, man, here's my thoughts, here's my plans, X, Y, and Z. We've already thought it through. We've already done enough thinking and knowing and analyzing and debating on the right ways to do things. So we're going to go ahead and do it. So when you ask, oh, what are you doing? Like, we've already had that question answered and asked an answer to ourselves. So at times it's frustrating. I mean, I'm not frustrated when you get mad. The answer is I'm going outside. So I'll speak for myself. We were trying to redo the fence, get the fence ready for the permit, for the pool, all this crap. I'm going back and forth with how to get the fence to adjust. I have 2 springs on it. I'm thinking about putting a 3rd spring. I'm thinking about taking the top spring, leaving it alone, the middle spring, putting it to the bottom to get a full close. I'm thinking about having to adjust the ground underneath it, some weeds and vegetation, pull them out, and then there's a side on the east side of the fence where we're told, hey, it's not the right footage. Okay, got to get some sod, got to cut it out. It's a lot of weeds over there. Should I just trim the weeds? So I'm going through all of this stuff in my head. So I've got a plan of what I'm going to do. Hey, what are you going to do about the fence? I'm on it. What do you mean? I'm going to go fix it. Like what? What are you going to do? I'm just going to move the springs. Move the springs how? I've already gone through my head what I'm going to do, how I'm going to get it done. I don't want to say it again. Now, I get where she has the right to know. She's the homeowner. It's our house. I get it all. But I've already adjusted in my head what needs to be done. I don't want to say it again. As much as I love my mother, she's like the I don't want to say the poster child for this. When we're moving something, she doesn't, like, we're going to lift something and move it around, me and my dad. She'll be in the middle saying, oh, watch this. What about this? We're moving the item that needs to be moved. We've already walked the perimeter. We already know the angles. She's only out there honest to God, making it more difficult. Where are you going? Watch where you step. Look at this. Don't step on that. Why is this heavy? Why? Please go inside. We've already decided what we're going to do. All right? We don't need the commentary. Like, it's always an issue when you go to do something when certain people are around. And I imagine there are men like that, and there are women who are stoic and don't want to listen. Nothing is absolute. But the odds are in the favor of men. Like, we've already done this. Please leave us alone. Our job is to get it done. We're going to get it done. Our job isn't to report and get it done. Let's get it done. I'm all for two-way communication. I'm all for making sure everyone's on the same page after I've gotten what I had to do done because I've already made my plan, and now explaining it isn't part of it. Another clip here from this young lady, Pearl, that I'm going to play here that I find super duper fascinating. I've been hearing about this recently, and I've been trying to fact check it, but the internet, if you say anything negative about anybody, they're going to find a way to make sure you cannot find it. So let's listen to this.
Keep your baby father from your kids. I think that you should be charged with something because you're putting your kid at every statistical disadvantage for what?
Is that hyperbole or is that like the actual fact, Pearl?
Well, I'll tell you the facts. 90% of single parent homes are headed by women. 90%, right? 63% of youth suicides are from single mother homes. 90% of homelessness and runaway children are from single mother homes. 71% of high school dropouts are from single mother homes. 70% of youths in operated institutions are from single mother homes. 80% of all youths in prison are from single mother homes. 85% of children who show behavioral disorders are from single mother homes. 80% of rapists with anger problems are from where? Single mother homes. So like Pearl says, you're putting your child at every statistical disadvantage when you choose to just be a quote-unquote single mother.
You keep your baby.
So what are you guys' thoughts on that? Because you cannot criticize a single mother. Oh, look how brave she is. Look how strong she is. Listen, if she got married, had kids, the guy left, and whatever, listen, shit happens. But if you choose to be a single mother, if you know you're not in a committed relationship, so the thing is, like I always ask Steve, like, why does the church always say, oh, they're not gonna offer contraceptive, they're gonna pray for you? That's the dumbest thing there is. Why not help out? And his answer was, why not get married? I'm like, what is that gonna do? Well, if you get married, your odds are you want to be together forever. So the odds are the kid is going to be successful in a two-parent home. The odds are in the favor because you're not just having sex and getting accidentally pregnant and going your separate ways. You have decided to start a foundation for a family for a life and move forward. So that's what the church doesn't say, here's contraceptive. They say, get married. Long-term plans will help the kid. It doesn't always go that way, but that was the answer. And it made sense. Because if I get married, have kids, my goal is to be with that family nucleus for X amount of years forward, for the end of time type stuff. If you're just having sex with some random dude and you're getting pregnant, odds are you're not going to get married. You're not going to have a stable family life. You just got laid and had an accident. Now, we're not going to get into the abortion topic, but you have not set yourself up for success by just randomly having sex with a guy. Or a boyfriend who, women know. You have an inkling on these things. Some guys are shady, some guys are touchy, some guys are whatever. You know, or the mindset is he's going to leave me, let me have a kid that'll pull us together. Never works out. The guy always splits after that, it seems like. So you set yourself up. The government doesn't help. The liberals are, we'll take care of you. Get rid of the man. You don't need a man. You're a strong, independent woman. So they're telling you you're strong and independent. Screw your kids. Which we know the liberals don't like kids. They're for abortion. They don't care about education. They want you to be destitute so they can take care of you by giving you money and giving your kids money so you're dependent on them. That's part of the thought process, in my opinion. But crime, predominantly a single-parent household with women. Angry rapists, predominantly households with single women. Most incarcerations are from single-family homes from a woman. But they look at the bravery, she's doing it herself. Yeah, but she's screwing shit up. Is she trying to go find a man, trying to correct it? Or has she been brainwashed to think, I can do it myself? Which, by the way, doing it yourself for some means your parents, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, your friends. Doesn't mean you're doing it by yourself. It means you're using everybody else around you except for the father of the child. So let's not get carried away with this, oh, look how brave she is, doing it on her own. You got more people helping you than the father who would have helped you. Now, there are some people out there who can't help it. They had tragedy. They had somebody leave. They truly, work 2 jobs and have no one else to help. They are by themselves. Tragedy have befallen many people. I'm not talking about them. But the ones who go out, we all know who they are. We all know the ones who strive for single parenthood. The statistics show they're everywhere. The government feeds into, hey, we'll take care of you, because they think money is the only thing needed to take care of someone. Not nurturing, not listening, not a mother who is calm and listening and empathetic, and a father who's stern and busts ass. There's a balance there. Kids need that. I don't know where it is here, but there's one I saw a lady do a study. If you're going to have a single parent home, it should be a guy. A single parent man is almost as successful as a 2-parent household. Next time we talk, I'll make a note. I'll find that video. It's a short. I shared it on our social medias on Instagram. I've shared it on Neighborly Discourse on Facebook. It's a lady up there with a big projector reading studies. A single family home male is almost as successful as a 2-parent home. I mean, the comments, you're a woman, how could you go against your people? You people, we're human beings, not you people. The kids are suffering in a single family woman household. Your feelings don't care. The facts don't matter to your feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm worked up because it shouldn't be about you. You're brave, you're strong. No, man, the kid is suffering. Then you have multiple kids, multiple fathers. I know some of you out there, oh, what about the men? We're not talking about the men right now. It's easy, keep it in your pants. Okay. But there's penalty for men if they mess up, child support. If they get married and it doesn't work out, he loses half of everything. It's set up for a woman to be out there having random kids with random dudes because they're taken care of by the government. It's set up for them. If they don't want it, have the abortion. If they do want to keep it, the guy's going to pay half of it. Where's the punishment for their mistake? For their not thinking it through? Plenty for us men. Like I said, we'll be held accountable. Child support. If we want to have the kid, but they want the abortion, we lose out on that. So what is the point? The government is getting inside women's heads. Now they're trying to invade our schools. I know this is social media. This isn't politics, but I got these from social media, just clips I scroll through and see certain things. I share them on @N_discourse on Instagram. I share these clips on the stories. They're up for 24 hours. Some of them that are really good, I'll screenshot them and I'll upload them for our reels. But there's good and bad of social media. Remember, Twitter's not a real place. These aren't real people doing real things, okay? Most people have a rough day, but can stop for 2 seconds, cheese, oh my God, and post it, and some lonely kid at home thinks their life sucks, thinks this person is great, and goes walk in front of a bus. Social media is good. Social media is bad. It allows for opinions. It also manipulates. Watch your kids, which is leading me to my next thing, which is life. Life is my next topic here. We'll finish off with the social media stuff. Pay attention to your kids, okay? My voice isn't cracking because I'm crying. I'm hitting manhood. I'm becoming a man now. My puberty is happening. Pay attention to your kids, all right? We have a mindset here like I'm going to trust my son, so I have no reason not to. So we let him wander through the internet from time to time. We check his history. We have access to his phone. But as long as there's not, like, we check once a month, once every couple of weeks. If nothing shady pops up, he's good to go. If something shady pops up, we talk about it immediately and explain to him the reason you're allowed to be this free is because you've given us trust to believe in you. But if that trust is violated, I'm bringing the hammer down. And it's coming down hardcore, bro. No questions asked. So you have to have a balance. The social media stuff. Briella, she wants to watch her iPad all the time. And I'm growing very aware that it's becoming an addiction. She's 4. So we're shutting it down. Nothing. It used to be in the morning for breakfast, watch her videos. Before she goes to bed at night, watching her videos, calming her down. Lunch during the day, dinner, she watched her videos, all these things. And it's like, bro, like, where's parent time? Where's us talking? Where's all of these things? Or we're busy. The house is a mess. You got to stop it. You got to put your family first. You can do the laundry tomorrow. Get it done. Don't put it off. But you can do the laundry tomorrow. You can, cut the grass on the weekends. You got to pay attention to your children. Get them off the social media stuff. Use it for only entertainment. Like if it's raining outside, Liam will stay in his room on his phone watching hundreds of videos. But I'm out here in the garage cleaning up. Amy's doing the dishes, playing with Briella. Briella will get bored and want to go watch her videos. So her and I will sit down, we'll talk for a little bit. We're talking to each other, Amy and I. Where are the kids? Watching videos. It's almost like, hey, go play your video game. I don't want you on social media. It's an addiction. And you're watching like this. You're going to develop some hump on your back. Sit up straight. You sit up straight, you start drifting. Well, the only way to fix that is what? No phone, no iPad. We're driving someplace. You want to watch it. All right, not too bad. If you're a long road trip, I'm with it. Something to keep the kids fixed and focused for a 3-4 hour road trip. But 10 minutes down the road to see Nana and Grandpa to go see a game somewhere? Hell no. It's on us as parents to say, look, I'm not going to take the easy way as a parent. And I'm only realizing this, the more I do this podcast, the more I pay attention to social media. I see what people are saying. I see the statistics of kids who are committing suicide because they think other people's lives are great. Other people's lives suck just as much as yours. They watch all these kid stuff on YouTube, Briella. Every kid who does a video, their house is a mansion, an indoor swimming pool, a trampoline in the backyard. Again, we have a trampoline in the backyard, but I'm like a trampoline amongst some, beautiful trees, a gymnastics bar, and an Olympic-sized swimming pool. And you see the 3-story house balcony in the back. I mean, listen, good for you. I'm capitalist. I'm America first. I'm glad you earned your money. But parents who are watching your kids, you ever see these things where the kids watch somebody opening up gifts? I tried to do that with Briella on here. Her little podcast. Show the LOLs you have to the camera. But we're in a studio. We can't show stuff in the house because the house is a mess. There's clothes here. There's, homework on this corner here. I've got my, we still got gifts from Christmas boxes. We're condensing down, getting rid of last year's stuff to make room for this year's stuff. We live in our house. We don't have a maid. We both work full-time with 2 kids with a multitude of extracurriculars. So I can only do stuff like this with her in here. Other people, you see them with their $1 million mansions and their cleaning ladies, and they have time to do this stuff. And that's great. Good for them. But don't let your kids think life should be like that. And when your life isn't, they're depressed and down. No. 90% of people are everyday people. You have your rich, you have your poor, you have your 1%ers, you have all that stuff. But don't let your kid think that everybody on the internet is a superstar, happy-go-lucky millionaire. No, man. You want to keep your kids away from sad stories, but how many times you see a musician, an influencer, an actress, somebody kill themselves? Because they think everything is great. Our kids see it, oh my God, so-and-so killed themselves. But they're famous, they have money, and their life isn't great. Well, I don't have any of that. I'm not famous. I don't have money, and they think their life was bad. So they kill themselves, the influencer. So your kid thinks, well, my life wasn't as good as them. They killed themselves. What am I to do? You got to pay attention to what your kids watch. And again, this is a life segment. You only have one of them. Pay attention to your children. Don't be a lazy parent. Hey, go watch the iPad and watch TV. I'm guilty of it from time to time. I'm not casting blame. I'm not throwing stones when I do live in this glass house. But the only way to fix it is to stop being lazy. Go outside and, I always complain about being fat. every Friday, everybody. Fat Guy Fridays, only on YouTube. Videos about 10, 15 minutes long of my weight loss journey and my health journey. Check it out. But if I'm complaining about being fat, my kid wants to go jump on the trampoline, wants to run to the park, wants to play basketball. Why am I not outside doing it? And then, like, Liam plays basketball. Oh, your shot was flat. You didn't hustle hard. Well, Dad's not out there hustling with him, not out there practicing with him. So how can I expect him to be better when my fat ass is sitting inside complaining about being fat and lazy? It's a circle, full circle. Be there for your kids. You're only kids for a short amount of time. Liam's already toughened up, little hair on his chest, walking around like he's cock of the walk in here. The stupid shit we used to do back and forth, he finds annoying now, to a certain extent. I got to change it. He's not a little kid anymore. He's 13, going to be 14 in a few months. Got to adjust. Life moves on. What does Jeff Goldblum say in Jurassic Park? Life finds a way. That wasn't an impression. That is how he talks. You got to be on it. Don't sit back and hope your kids are going to be okay by being raised by the internet, raised by TV. We watched the cable guy growing up. Somebody's got to kill the babysitter. That was TV. And that you had a limited amount of things to watch, depending on your cable service channels provider. The internet has no limits. You can watch every country, everybody from every walk of life all the time. There's no shortage of things to corrupt your children. No matter what you want to talk about the schools, what you want to talk about the government, whatever it is, your kids pay attention to you more than anything else, more than anybody else. If you are not a strong role model for your children, they'll be led astray. You have got to be on point. Because if your kids know they can trust you, the outside influence, yeah, it'll get to them, but they'll know to come home and say, hey, man, so-and-so said this. What are your thoughts? Sit down, let's have a chat. But if your kids know they can't talk to you, if they know you're going to be, I'll get it later, don't be surprised when your kid comes home with a face tattoo, earrings from nose to ears, and you're a conservative. If you're not paying attention, you're going to have that happen. And those who are liberal, your kid's going to come home with a church membership, buttoned up head to toe, and you're going to freak out. Who changed your mind? It goes both ways. Parents are parents, regardless of your political views. Pay attention to your kids. I think I'm done ranting for today. We had politics. We had social media. We talked about life. That's it. Episode 145, Neighborly Discourse. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Go to our social media pages. Go to YouTube, the Linktree. The shirts are there. We're still working on getting other ones, but the shirts are there. Like I said, we're going to try to find a way to give some of the profits to a local military charity. I would not be doing this. We would not be doing this. You would not be watching me if it wasn't for America, the soldiers who fought to keep us safe and free. My thoughts anyway. You guys have a great day.